Which frame to choose when building a house? Wood or steel? Today we will delve into this complex question and even conduct a crash test. The wood frame is carefully and securely put together with nails. We are trying to break it against a concrete wall. Three key questions you will face when choosing a frame for your house. The first one is, of course, the price. The second factor is the speed of delivery and the speed of frame assembly. And the third is, of course, the lifespan and reliability of the frame. So, let's figure it out. Pros and cons of a wood frame, like durability and cost. Pros and cons of a steel frame, for instance. Strength and longevity. A wood frame is a simple, understandable product for the American consumer and the American builder. You can buy wood at any store, even at Home Depot. You can easily find specialists who will assemble your frame for you. There is no need to make very detailed drawings, because many people assemble wood frames, and they already know all the codes and technologies. The big advantages of a wood frame are that it can be easily rebuilt and modified during the process. It is easy to cut, enlarge, or reduce a part. You can build a house quickly. For example, we completed one of our projects in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the frame of a 2,500 square feet house was ready. Wood will be easy for related contractors to work with, such as plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. They will easily drill holes and thread a wire or pipe through them without needing any explanation. In the end, you can return the wood to the supplier. They will refund your money, or you can move it to another site. Wood is indeed a very understandable, simple, and convenient product for construction. But wood also has its downsides, such as a wood frame will generally be crooked, and often in many cases. And when the drywall is being attached, unfortunately, this crookedness cannot be fixed in the process. The frame will be crooked in various different places. A wood frame can be eaten by destructive termites. A wood frame starts to creak over a long period of time, since the frame is put together with nails. Over time, it moves and creaks appear in your house. Over time. This is also a very significant hidden drawback that will become apparent over time. Another disadvantage of wood, in my personal opinion, is a technological disadvantage. You cannot use a wood frame to create large spans in a room or build a very tall house. To build a tall house out of wood, additional subframes, either concrete or steel, are needed. This is a limitation. First of all, what I like is that steel is perfectly straight. You can see how very precisely the level is now exactly aligned with the steel stud and securely with the steel post. There are no gaps. This is nearly impossible with wood. Consequently, your house will be perfectly even both inside and outside. Steel is definitely not eaten by termites. Of course, you will also face the problem of finding a specialist who can create the drawings for your frame or assemble it in the future. There are far fewer such specialists available. Steel frames are used more in commercial construction. In residential construction, this is rare. Steel has several other major advantages. For example, over time, it will not creak as steel does not dry out. The steel frame is coated with an anti-corrosion layer, which is protective and durable, and the metal will not rust or warp over time, ensuring that it remains in good condition over a long period of time. Steel will indeed stand firm and reliable for many, many years for your home. If you order a steel frame from the manufacturer, they can make special holes for pipes and electrical wires for you and your specific requirements. Also, in the steel frame, holes for rivets or self-tapping screws are likely to be pre-drilled. And your assemblers will be able to easily and simply assemble the steel frame with great precision, efficiency, and care. A childhood story about a downside of steel. I lived in Ukraine where there were severe frosts, and I had steel skates. And I actually stuck my tongue to the steel skates when it was cold. Just like today, when we are filming this video. You shouldn't touch metal with your tongue in the frost. It will stick. Now let's seriously discuss the cons of steel. In my opinion, I strongly believe that the primary issue is the lack of specialists who can adequately design or efficiently assemble the structure. Steel also has a drawback. If the house is already designed and assembled, you will not be able to move a door, window, or change the height because the frame will already be assembled, cut, and drilled, making it quite difficult to make any changes. Managing a steel frame is indeed quite difficult, meaning the entire process is very lengthy. Create the drawings, place the order at the manufacturer, check everything, and deliver. Most likely a steel frame will typically take you longer from ordering the drawings to the final assembly and completion. Wood definitely wins by a long shot in this regard. A steel frame will be more difficult for electricians, plumbers, and HVAC specialists to work with. They will likely charge more for this work. These are the pros and cons that we encountered when building and constructing a house frame from wood and steel. If you are truly and genuinely interested and want to see real, actual homes built from steel and wood, I invite you to my sites in Austin, Texas. So, the promised crash test, as you can see. The wood frame is carefully assembled with nails. We are trying to smash it very hard against a concrete wall. Well, the frame broke apart quite easily as expected. Now, let's move on to the steel frame, which is assembled with self-tapping screws. We will do the same thing as before. It also bent slightly under the pressure, but ultimately withstood the load. The square shape, which was initially stable, gradually turned into a rhombus. Steel indeed passed the crash test successfully, but wood also actually works.